The aftermath. The dawn came. Elias, spent and broken, managed to turn off the lights and open the windows. The world outside looked the same. The sun rose. People went to work. Life went on. He spent a week in a near catatonic state, sleeping, eating little, barely moving. The studio was clean. The manifestations had stopped. The smell of gasoline was gone. The teddy bear and the photograph had vanished, as if they had never been. He had won. After a month, he felt a flicker of his old self. The crushing guilt was not gone, but muted. It had been exorcised along with the shadow. He felt hollowed out, scoured clean. He looked at a blank canvas and felt nothing, no inspiration, no dread, just white. He decided to try again, to paint, to see if he could reclaim the light. He set up a fresh canvas. He squeezed oils onto his palette, cadmium yellow, titanium white, cerulean blue, colors of life and sky. He picked up a brush. He stood before the white surface, and he tried to conjure an image. A simple one, a sunlit landscape, a memory from before the accident. He raised his brush, and nothing happened. His hand hovered. No form suggested itself to his mind's eye. The connection was severed. He felt a cold panic. He willed his hand to move, to make a mark, any mark. The brush touched the canvas. It left a stroke of black, not the vibrant blue he had intended, but a flat, lightless, absolute black. The same black the shadow had used. He stared, uncomprehending. He tried again, dipping the brush firmly in the cerulean blue. He applied it to the canvas. Again a black stroke. He frantically tried every color on his palette. Crimson red, viridian green, vibrant violet. Every time, the brush deposited the same void-like black onto the canvas. He threw the brush aside and used his fingers, smearing the pure, bright paint directly from the tube onto the surface. Black, black, black. He stumbled to the mirror hanging by the door, his heart frozen in his chest. He looked at his reflection. His face was pale, his eyes haunted. But that wasn't what he was looking for. He turned, looking at the wall behind him, at the floor by his feet. There was nothing there. The morning sun streamed through the window, falling directly on him. But he cast no shadow. The space where his silhouette should have been was simply empty. He was a man in full light, with no dark companion. He had erased it. He had succeeded. But as he looked back at the canvas, at the single, meaningless black stroke, he understood the true cost. The shadow had not just been his guilt. It had been his darkness, yes, but it had also been the source of his depth, his contrast, his artistic vision. It was the part of him that understood weight and sorrow, and the beauty that exists only in the presence of loss. By erasing his shadow, he had erased his ability to perceive and create anything but a flat, meaningless light. He had destroyed the very thing that made him an artist. He was free from the manifestations, free from the haunting, but he was also empty, a vessel with no depth. a man without a shadow, condemned to a world of blinding, featureless white. He picked up the brush again, the one that could only paint black. He looked at the empty space on the floor where his shadow should have been, and he began to paint, not on the canvas, but on the floor, on the wall, on his own skin. He painted the only thing he could, the only color left to him. He painted the darkness he had lost, trying in vain to give it a form, to beckon it back. But the shadow was gone, and all that remained was the man, and the black, black paint, and the terrible, shadowless light.